Good evening from the campus of Lynn University here in Boca Raton, Florida. This is the fourth and last debate of the 2012 campaign, brought to you by the Commission on Presidential Debates.
We knew that we had a big story to tell about a small institution that does big things. And we've been waiting for this moment, really, to be able to share with not just our region or Boca Raton or the state, but really the world, all the great things that we think are going on at this place and how we're dedicated to student success and more importantly, the things that we do to make students successful.
They told us this was a winner and we should want to be a part of it, that they were going after the debate. They'd like for us to join them. It would weigh heavily with the commission if we were partners on this, and we have been excellent partners.
They were greeted on campus by the mayor, police chief, folks in the county, cultural council, surrounding cities, all of us. We were the ones at the front door to say hello. I don't think they felt that a lot of other places. That's how excited people were here about the possibility, the prospect of having this happen here in Boca Raton and on our campus and in Palm Beach County.
He said we were standing at attention like the Von Trapp children when they came up. So, we were ready for business.
Federal Express came that next day. We sat right here. It came in, we ripped it open and opened it up, and there was a contract with the Commission on Presidential Debates to host a presidential debate. So we thought, this is not the VP debate, this is it. And I quickly flipped to the back page because there was a lot of boilerplate, and it said October 22nd. And we both looked at each other, Jason and I, and did the math quickly and said, this is the last one.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Lynn University. Today is my great privilege to officially announce that Lynn University has been selected by the Commission on Presidential Debates to be a host site for the 2012 presidential debate.
Yes! We were very happy that we were selected. It was definitely a coup for Lynn University and definitely Palm Beach County.
People have asked me, how did the city manage to get this, to happen? And the answer is the city did not get this to happen whatsoever. It was totally Lynn. And it's just been an exciting thing to watch Lynn grow and prosper and have the vitality and the youth and the financial wherewithal to be able to secure this debate. And they did it all, and we're very proud of them.
I thought, wow. I knew it was down to 12 schools. I knew we were one of the 12. And when we finally found out, I think it was maybe Halloween, I was very excited, and immediately I thought, this gives us a great opportunity to really raise the excitement level in our students and the interest level in the political process.
There is a great paucity of places where serious discussion about serious issues can take place. And that's why I think the commission, which is responsible for the presidential debates, placing them in universities is absolutely crucial. And I know for a fact that this university fought very hard to secure the debate here, and good on you for doing that, because it's the right place for this kind of discussion to take place.
Today, we're 48 days away, and we're exactly where we're supposed to be.
Now, what does that mean, we're exactly where we're supposed to be?
Well, the planning for this started about a year ago. And during the year, we put different groups together on campus, some people in charge of hotels, some people in charge of the physical plant, some people in charge of decorations and marketing. We have all kinds of different groups that we coordinated operations, and we've been meeting every Monday for the last year. And, again, we're down to 48 days, and proper planning pays off. And I'm very pleased today where we are.
The equipment in here is what I consider comparable to a small telecommunications company. We will be provisioning T1s, T3s, DSL lines, traditional analog phone lines, and ISDN lines, anything that a media personnel may need, we will have to fulfill that order through this room itself, including video circuits for the large nationals. We actually received an order from a Romanian radio station the other day. Her signal will go through this infrastructure.
We really only have about 2 weeks before it really gets crazy around here.
That's scary.
No, it's fun. This is good stuff, Martin. this is what we've been waiting for.
From arrival details, departure details, who is introduced first, which spouse is seated first. Every inch of this is absolutely discussed and gone over in great detail.
What we're doing back here is we're building 6 booths, identical booths. Again, everything's identical to the same specs. They'll be 12 feet wide, 20 feet deep. One for NBC, ABC, CBS, CNN, Fox, and C-SPAN.
The busiest and biggest newsroom in the United States once a debate begins, and it's going to be crazy. Everybody's going to be here reporting and doing, their media stuff, and it's going to be busy.
You're in the Media Filing Center. This is one of the coolest places ever. I'm standing in Spin Alley right now. Spin Alley is going to be the hottest place when the debate is over at 10:30. The night of the debate, 5 minutes after that, all the spin doctors, all the surrogates, all the campaign spokespeople, there's 24 of these Spin Alley booths, and what they do is they're assigned these booths. So that's where all 24 people was speaking at the same time. And then in the middle here, that's when all the handheld camera people will be interviewing probably another 50 or 75 people. So there'll be over 100 interviews going on at once.
We're at Rack's Restaurant here in Boca Raton, Florida. As you can see behind me, a crowd estimated of over 200 people have all gathered for one goal: to show their support for the 2012 presidential debate.
Rack's downtown in Meisner Park had Morning Joe there, so they had throngs of people at 5 o'clock in the morning and beyond. That doesn't happen. I don't even think they're open for breakfast. And so, Meisner Park and the gathering areas that we had there, that's full of small businesses. And so a lot of people showed up because there was something to show up for. Debate fever pretty much took over every aspect of whether you're a dry cleaner or you were selling insurance or whatever. People wanted to be on board with this because it was something pretty important and happening right here in our community.
But these small business partners were happy to be partners. They contributed small amounts of money, but they felt engaged. They felt part of the process, and all these viewing parties all over our community. It was a proud moment for our county, a proud moment for Boca Raton, naturally a proud for Lynn. But when you do something on the world stage, and the eyes of the world are looking at Boca Raton.
This morning we registered our 1 millionth young voter for this election.
I come from an island in the Caribbean where traditionally 85% of the people vote. It's like a national pastime. So the notion of voting apathy is somewhat a little bit foreign to me, but I thought that this was a great partnership that could be developed. We took the idea and ran with it. It wasn't not an easy set of arrangements to put together into one master agreement. I think we formed a terrific team, and it worked out very, very well for us and the destination.
It's a K through 12 curriculum surrounding the debates, and so that's been a lot of fun for our faculty to work on.
There doesn't seem to be anything for this age group to sort of latch on to. I think they think about health care as something for, old people, and they think of the economy as something that doesn't affect them right now, although it will very soon when they graduate. I think they think about retirement again as something way far in the future. So I think by and large there isn't one sort of central object that they can attach to. And that's why I think at least having the debate gives them sort of that object that they can say, but we're having the debate, so maybe I better find out a little bit about this.
We could not have done this without our faculty and staff. And I don't think the student experience would have been nearly as rich if the faculty hadn't done what they did. And the curriculum they created, 80 different courses, touched this somehow. Percentage-wise or just for the amount of courses, that's an awful lot for a school our size. Plus all the activities they planned, whether they were the symposia, whether they were musical programs, whether it was graphic arts, everything kind of revolved around and came really up, wasn't top down, from the academic unit saying we'd like to do this surrounding the debate. So there was great excitement about it, and a lot of creativity and flexibility. Was that's how we kind of do things here.
One person that said, well, I'll give you $50,000 right now. I want 2 tickets to be inside Debate Hall. I said, no, I can't do that. We had several people offer us money, but the tickets were not for sale. You know, early on, the president of the university decided that all of our tickets that were going to be allocated to us would go to students.
I thought I was dreaming. I'm shocked. I mean, of course I was expecting it because I was in the lottery, but there's only so many tickets, and I really was surprised. And especially to be called number 2 because I never get called for anything, so I'm super excited, and I can't wait to be a part of history and to see both candidates and how they respond to the questions.
I said, look, you know, this is your day. This is what you've worked for. This is your day. I want you for 5 minutes or 3 minutes to go somewhere during the day all by yourself, look around, take it all in, and say to yourself, job well done. I knew that at 8 o'clock in the morning, you know, 13 hours before the event was going to take place, it was going to be a success. I knew it, I felt it, and I felt it because of that hard work. And those people did a yeoman's job, and you know, it was fun. That was the magical moment for me when I was able to say to them, this is your day.
We're 9 hours away. You seem incredibly calm.
It's amazing what coffee will do, you know, taken in large enough quantities. I feel very happy to be here. I feel very confident about the preparation. The commission's team is just the best.
It was very quiet. You know, you're waiting in your place and
on time.
Yeah, on time. And they say, you know, the governor's 15 minutes out. He's 10 minutes out. He's 5 minutes out. 3 minutes out. And sure enough, I mean, they roll on time, and which I like, as you know. But about 1 minute or 2 minutes out, you know, these motorcades are, you know, 45 and 50 cars, and they're led by, you know, motorcycles and just a lot of people. So a couple minutes before we actually greeted the governor and the president, you could hear the motorcades getting closer to the building, and then all the car doors opening and, you know, all the entourage.
So we were standing there waiting for Governor Romney. Doors opened. I had a bag of Lynn propaganda and loot to give them. He came walking in, looked literally like out of central casting for the American president.
And then around the corner comes the President of the United States.
He walked in, you could hear his booming voice. He said, gentlemen, we will get this right at some point after the last 4 years. And he was half joking, so everyone's laughing about it. And you could hear him coming. He turns the corner and he says, Mr. President, Barack Obama. And he just put his hand out, and I said, Mr. President, pleasure to have you on campus. Wonderful to meet you. And then he immediately shot into, you must have just graduated. And to which I shot back to him. I said, no, I'm actually a second semester senior.
I think if I was at Lynn University, I'd be very proud. This is democracy in action.
I have a fondness to this university. I did give the commencement address 7 or 8 years ago.
This university does a great job. Everything they do, they care about politics. They care about foreign policy. They care about what's happening in our country.
Our reach goes to 269 million homes in over 100 countries. We feel that it's absolutely essential that our international audience gets a good grasp of what's happening at Lynn University.
It's the fourth quarter and the score's tied. Half the country's leaning Republican, half the country's leaning Democratic, and there's a handful of undecided voters out there. And it all comes down to Lynn, the third debate. This is the last chance voters get to see the candidates seated side by side next to one another. So this will be the most important debate, easily.
My name is Janet Brown. I'm Executive Director of the Commission on Presidential Debates, and I would like to welcome you to this third and final presidential debate at Lynn University in Boca Raton.
Now, a lot of you said, Lynn University, the students here did something really, really incredible. This is the T-shirt that they're all wearing. The front says, "We never heard of you either."
Good evening from the campus of Lynn University here in Boca Raton, Florida. This is the fourth and last debate of the 2012 campaign, brought to you by the Commission on Presidential Debates. This one's on foreign policy. I'm Bob Schieffer of CBS News.
Governor Romney, I'm glad that you recognize that al-Qaeda is a threat, because a few months ago, when you were asked what's the biggest geopolitical threat facing America, you said Russia. Not al-Qaeda, you said Russia.
Struggling to find a good job. When you came to office, 32 million people on food stamps. Today, 47 million people on food stamps. When you came to office, just over $10 trillion in debt. Now, $16 trillion in debt. It hasn't worked. You said by now we'd be at 5.4% unemployment.
I think Mitt Romney did exceptionally well tonight. And what's astounding to me is the president looked like he was the challenger. He was on the defense.
It was pretty clear which candidate I would want to follow into battle. The president, as commander-in-chief, was decisive and clear and strong.
I just feel so proud to be a part of history.
No, it's an extraordinarily proud moment, I think, for us, and to see the culmination of the work, to see that you work every day for a year and then see it come to fruition is extraordinary, and all of the pieces fall into place. It's beautiful.
It's a gain for the community. It's a gain for us. I mean, how do you measure the publicity for something like this? This is the equivalent of hosting a Super Bowl. But the intensity of this is so much greater than if it was a sporting event. So, to me, this is a huge win for the community. And the weather was so fantastic. So, for me, this was a Chamber of Commerce day.
Lynn's the little engine that knew it could. And we pulled off what I don't think a lot of really large, well-established, impressive schools in the country could begin to pull off. I think one of the great things we did was we invited a lot of community partnerships. We had 5 newspapers in the state endorsed us. We had the Chamber of Commerce, all the tourism people were all backing our bid. We got every single member of the Florida Legislative Congressional Delegation to endorse us getting the debate. We had our state's governor, both of our senators. We had Florida's 2 political giants, Republican Jeb Bush, Democrat Bob Grant, all came out and supported us. The Boca Magazine, the city of Boca. So the president, the administration on campus, and the faculty, we've all done a good job, I believe, reaching out to bring the community in.
I was in there in the hall when the debate started, and I looked around the room and I saw 750 people in the room, but 150 of those were our students, and I saw their eyes so wide open, and that was a magical moment for me. All the work, all the planning, but to see our students engaged and to see our students able to say to their parents, their friends from all over the world that I was in there when that was going on, that'll be part of our history. That'll be part of their memories the rest of their life.